afternoon. My name's Jennifer, Pat's daughter, so I'm representing the grandchildren today. So first, thank you for being here today. You know, it's a holiday weekend. It means so much to see how many lives my grandmother touched. And if you knew her, you probably aren't surprised. She had a way of turning strangers into friends and ordinary days into stories worth retelling. My grandma was the definition of adventurous. Whether it was road trips across the country, the world, trying something new in the kitchen, or picking up a new craft, she dove into life with a fearless and curious heart. She believed life was meant to be lived for, and she sure lived hers that way. She was also a storyteller, the kind who could have you laughing one minute and sharing her deep wisdom the next. Her stories weren't just entertaining, they were lessons in love, resilience, and finding joy even in hard times. Though it was difficult for her to talk about, she made sure to keep my mother, Patricia's legacy alive with my sister and I over the years. You never left a conversation with her feeling empty or wondering what she was thinking or where she stood on the issues. You left feeling enlightened, entertained, accepted. I have to say and stress that again, accepted. And usually you left with a full belly. Speaking of full bellies, what a cook she was. Her kitchen was always open, and she used food as a way to bring people together. Whether it was her famous civino or a last-minute meal she threw together, it always felt like home. My childhood memories are flooded with their house on Merchant Street here in Fremont. As soon as we would arrive, I'd run over to that small wall between the kitchen and the dining room and stand there with my back to the wall, stood as still as I could so that Nonni could draw a line over my head just to see how much taller I was than the last time we visited. I also remember adults playing this game on TV trays with a board and little toothpicks. Cribbage. Food being stored on the cold front porch, a beautifully set table with linens, real napkins, more than one fork, candlesticks, and wine glasses. The living room fireplace always had a fire going. People were gathered all around on couches or in the kitchen and around what we would call today a charcuterie board, filled with salami, cheeses, crackers. There was always laughter and smiles. She was way ahead of her time. She was crafty and artistic too. She had a creative soul that showed up in everything she touched, from her handmade gifts to her thrift store finds, including a thimble with a beagle on it that has now led my girls and I, as we travel the world, to search for little thimbles. We have a collection of them, and that started with her. She taught us dances. She would take us to plays that either she was in or, again, we would go to. There was always a sparkle of her personality and everything that she gifted and the experiences that she wanted to share with us. But more than anything else, my grandmother was caring and a social being. She had a gift for making people feel special. She gave her time, her laughter, her stories, her love freely and so generously. Now I'm going to share some stories that the other grandchildren wanted to share on how she influenced their lives. These are just a small piece of the full stories that are available downstairs in the fellowship hall on the tables, so you'll be able to read more after the service. Sarah wrote about her Nonni's open-minded approach. She showed respect for all, regardless of race, religion, or sexual orientation. She also shared how Nonni's encouragement to expand your horizons translated into an approach to a life that embraced new things and experiences. Abby shared how her Nonni's love of entertaining and perpetually open door to all who cared to enter shaped her idea of family and friendship. Her organization of family activities that included camping, ski weekends, making ravioli, helped ensure that the family traditions and relationships carried on. John told us how Nonni saw him as a person rather than a grandchild, asking if he got a Playboy calendar for Christmas because he was the age appropriate to have one, or telling him to hire a cute secretary because life was supposed to be fun. Beth remembered Nonni's sense of adventure. Moving from California to small town in Michigan, traveling to Europe, Africa, Australia, Alaska, and organizing a whole family ski weekend at Shush Mountain. Because of this, Beth is able to share skiing and other adventures with her daughter Mabel. And Joe. Joe related Nonni's immense pride in her adopted hometown of Fremont and all the amazing arts opportunities that are here to enrich the lives of the residents. She was in her element when surrounded by friends and family, sharing experiences with them. Katie. She remembered when her fun grandparents came to stay, and Nonni, with her can-do attitude, helped Katie to focus her energy on welcoming to a home rather than just feeling sad and missing them. Katie said, she connected us to one another, gave us traditions and wisdom, and showed us how beautiful being a family can be. So Syria, our Nonni, leaves behind a legacy of creativity, courage, and connection. And though we feel the weight of her absence today, we also feel the warmth of her presence in all of us. And the stories we'll keep telling, the meals we'll share, the traditions will carry on, and the love will continue to give one another, just like she would have wanted. So let's celebrate her the way she would have liked, with smiles through the tears and memories shared. We love you, Nonni. Thank you for everything.